Spectacular Scarlet Spider.
What's up guys, Spectacular Scarlet Spider 118 here. Today I'm back with another costume review from printcostume.com. Before I get into the video, I just want to say, please use code SCAR118 at printcostume for 15% off your orders. Not only does that help you save money, the 15% off, and trust me, it does go a long way, but it also helps me make videos like this for you to show you that print costume is truly worth it. Now, if you guys haven't been watching or keeping up with anything here, you will know that Ben Reilly is coming back as Spider-Man, which I am personally very excited for. And I've been so excited for it that I actually got the new suit that he's going to be wearing. It's called Spider-Man Beyond. That's the story that he's going to be in. And we don't know too much about the story itself right now, but the costume I can assure you is very cool, and I'll show it to you in a minute. But if you don't know what it looks like, it has an off-center spider and these crazy legs. It resembles the sensational suit that he wore in the 1990s, but it a little bit more modernized. And a lot of people have mixed feelings on it. I personally really love the suit. I loved it so much that I got my good friend, Logan, aka Eat Yourself Off the Cliff, the same guy that made this Scarlet Spider pattern that I'm wearing right now, to actually go and make me a pattern. And it took him a while to get it perfect. You can watch the update videos on that to see my process with that. But he finally got it down to a science, and I really do appreciate the work that he put in on this. So please go check him out. He's linked down below. Great patterns from him. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. So again, this costume is from Print Costume. Now, the funny thing is that last time that I ordered from Print Costume, and I'm doing the sponsor for this right now, I have rent to pay, so I can't really, justify spending too much on costumes. And speaking of like where I'm at right now, ignore the crazy background right back there. I'm just sitting on my bed. It's going to take me a while to get used to a new environment and setting up everything and make it look friendly for the background and whatever. So you're going to see my kit here in my bed. It's all good. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so I got this through the sponsorship. So again, use the code. I'd appreciate it. It really does help. And so last time I ordered from Print Costume, they actually sent my suit in a Zentai Zone bag, and you can see that in my last review. And I was very bewildered by this because they changed their name. They made a whole big deal about it, which is why we're here now with Print Costume. And so this time they actually sent me the suit in the new Print Costume bag, and it's just a goldish brown bag with like a sticker that tears off like really easily that I ripped. And it is not as good as the old Zentai Zone bag, because what made the Zentai Zone bag so good is that it's like made of this really like like a fabric-ish material, and it really kind of it's kind of durable, it's zippable, like there's a zip on it that you can like open and close and put your costume in there, and apparently you could wash your suits in these. I never tested that. But it was just a great storage method. And I brought one of these with me. Even the original plastic Zentai Zone bags are pretty good with the plastic on the front with that the same material I was just talking about on the back. Still a zipper, and a little carrying handle here. These two types of bags from Zentai Zone over the years were really good. And then it just feels like they really cheaped out with this, because this isn't even a fabric really, it's just a plastic. It's just like a plastic like messy bag. And it doesn't have a zipper. It's like a Ziploc. You have to like open it. So just wanted to note that about the bags. I did just finally get my first Print Costume bag. So let's open it up. So Spider-Man Beyond is drawn by Patrick Gleason, and that is what I emulated with my lenses here. You can't get these lenses from Print Costume. I made these myself, and hopefully my tutorial on how to do that will be out at some point in the future. That's still up in the air. I'm working on that. I'm editing that. I'm trying to get the audio for that. It's just going to be a while because it's a lot to do, and I have a lot of other things I need to do. But these lenses I made myself, Patrick Gleason style. Yeah, so I'll get to, I guess, the mask a little bit more later. So let's just pull out the suit right quick. And here it is, the Spider-Man Beyond Ben Reilly 2021 costume. So this thing is really amazing to me. Again, there's the giant off-center spider with like the legs going out, and it goes into like the blue section, which then in turn goes into the back, this like huge giant back spider. Now there's a couple of things with this pattern that I think Logan kind of messed up a little bit on. And one of the most notable ones right here to me is these blue lines on the back spider should be like going out connecting to the blue section. And I think that the back spider in of itself should be lowered a little bit just so that these blue lines right here, it's like a navy blue, it's like a darkish navy blue. It might look a little black on the camera, but it is a navy blue. So I just think, because these are just awkwardly cut off and it kind of just looks a little weird. So I wish that he would have brought these a little bit down lower. So that's a little unfortunate, but it did happen. But anyways, besides that, everything else is perfect. Well, almost, because again, and you'll see this when I actually put it on. This little thing right here that Ben has on the new suit, it kind of resembles the symbiote web thing right there, is a little bit like too thin and off to one side, if that makes any sense. And you'll see what I mean when I put it on, but it's just a little bit weirdly placed and a little too I guess tall, if that makes sense. But otherwise, again, I'm nitpicking here, but I do have to point out these things just so you know. I think there is one more thing. It's like on the shoulder. I think right here, another diagonal across horizontal web line would have been like, if you're looking at it from this way, would have been like really good and really would have streamlined that a little bit more. But otherwise, it's real good. This is Logan's new pattern base, because originally on ones like these, it was seamed out differently, and that works in its favor and also against its favor a little bit, because I got a vertical back zipper because, again, I hate U-shaped zippers, not a fan of them. But his new pattern bases kind of are more in favor of U-shaped zippers, just because the back piece is one. If you know anything about patterns, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But the back pattern piece is one section instead of being split off into two sections, which is better for U-shaped zippers. Vertical zippers. But this is so it still works with a vertical zipper because I got one. But the only problem is that on a regular pattern like this, I noticed this by comparing it, the zipper goes down further like it's supposed to. And on this, they can't really do that because the seam line is higher up on his pattern than it would be, so that the zipper is now a little bit higher. It's not too much of a difference, but I did notice it and I did compare it. It is there. And this part is on Print Costume's side, but when I tried to put it on for the first time, I noticed that I heard like a few popping sounds. So that just means that a few stitches popped when I was trying to do that. So it's not really, it's a stitching thing on their part, but also like the zipper is a little too high just due to where the seam lines end up. But otherwise, it works in its favor because it minimizes the seam lines. That's one thing Logan is really good at. He's good at minimizing the seam lines so that it looks a little bit cleaner. And it does do that. When I put this on, it does look cleaner. And let's just talk about, I'm sorry, I've been nitpicking so much, but let's just talk about how great this design looks. He really nailed it. I was really worried about how this would come out. You saw the previous video, but it does connect up here to the back, and it looks great. Let's bring up the boots right quick. Now, you'll see this later, but the boots have a section on them on the actual costume where the blue kind of goes down at an angle, kind of like the all-new, different boot, if you've seen that before, but a little bit different. So yeah, and again, well, not again, because I haven't mentioned this yet, but I did get Kung Fu shoes with this. Really do recommend Kung Fu shoes. You just hold it, pinch it open, slide your foot in there. Another feature I got, as usual, are wrist zippers. If you don't know what a wrist zipper is, it's just a zipper right here on the wrist. I actually don't have it on this suit, never mind. And you pull it down and it zips open. Now, you guys know I'm color fabric enthusiast, but actually I got this on white and red, or not red, just white fabric. And so they printed it on white fabric. The reason I did that, even though I'm a color fabric enthusiast, is because, let me zip this back up, is because I wasn't sure how the giant spider was going to turn out with their screen printing emblems. So I decided just to be safe with it and just go with regular fabrics, which there's nothing wrong with. I just personally prefer the colors. But yeah, no, in general, he color picked the colors from the actual Free Comic Book Day issue, which at the time was just the preview pages. So these colors are extremely accurate to the first appearance of the suit currently, and it just looks beautiful overall. That's it for really the features and everything. Talked about the mask a little bit. Again, I made these lenses. The web lines are really good. Not much to say other than I got a vertical back zipper, so it all works there. I'm glad they actually included it this time because last time I asked for it and they didn't. So just be aware that sometimes print costing does make mistakes, but they didn't really make too many. Oh yeah, one more thing that I forgot to mention. They sewed, I'm not sure if this is something at the pattern or they're sewing itself, but they sewed the arms a little weird. So like when I'm putting it in, my hand goes in this way, but then the glove is a little twisted, and I have to like twist it in the right way, which isn't really a thing that I have to do for my 6 and demonstrate. I know my arm's already like in here, but my arm will be like this, and then the glove is supposed to be like this, where it's just normal and straight, but it will be like a little twisted whenever I'm putting it in. It will seem normal, but then I have to twist it into place, if that makes any sense. I don't know if I can really get a good shot of how that works, but it is a little odd. So with that being said, that's all I really have to talk about right now. Let's go take a closer look at the costume. As per usual with these up close and personals, I am taking you into the bathroom just because the downward lighting is a little bit better than the lighting in my room. So again, really great stuff by Logan here. Here is that location where I think that one more web line here would have really helped break that up. But you don't really notice it really. It's just something I noticed when I put it on for the first time. And something that really impresses me about Logan's work, I'm not sure if he still does this, but I do know for a fact that he draws all these webs by hand. I've actually watched him do it before. It's really impressive. He doesn't just put a web line base on there, or just like, he actually takes his finger, because he has like a tablet or a touch screen. He just does it by hand. It's really impressive. And yeah, I'm really happy with how this lines up. Again, the arm here is great. It has that like classic Spider-Man like thing divide here with the red and the blue and the glove. Looks great. But then you get down to the glove, and again, let's just lay the hand out flat. So you're looking at the hand flat like this. This looks a little wrong, mostly because it's really tiny. Like if this were just a little bit wider, like that, if it just covered up this section of the webs right here, that'd be perfect. But it's no biggie. Who's looking at my hands anyways? Another detail I really love is just how this connects and just goes into the big spider. At first I wasn't a fan of how huge he was making this, but then I think it works out really well. So thanks for doing that, Logan. Let's bring up the boot. One of them, at least, here's that divide I was talking about, where it kind of goes into an angle. It's something really unique about Ben's suit that I like. Nothing too special going on with the shoe itself. Before I flip it over, again, another look at the mask. Gleason does these really angular spikes here at the end. It's not too noticeable with the way that it turned out on mine. I wish it would have made it pop out a little bit more this way, but otherwise I think that this looks really good. It captures Gleason's art well, in my opinion. Now, I know I'm stroking my own ego here, but I do think it turned out good, so that's all that really counts. Moving on, let's look at the back again before we put it on. Or I put it on. I'm not Venom. I don't know why I'm saying we. This back spider is very unique, and I know it was a pain in the ass for Logan to figure out. He told me that himself. But again, this is just really awkward. This cutoff here, that if I'm not mistaken, if I'm remembering the costume correctly, it should be going into the blue. I'm pretty sure that's right with what I just said there, but I might just be misremembering. But I'm very certain that that's supposed to be going into the blue. It's not the biggest deal in the world ever. It just looks a little weird. Otherwise, I think he captured this really well. So there's not much else to say about the up close and personal view of the costume. So yeah, let's go put this bad boy on. Okay guys, before I put the entire thing on, I want to show you what I mean about the arm being a little bit weird to put on. Sorry about the partial nudity here. But so I bring my arm in like this, right? And so here's the problem here. My hand is going in at this angle. And this is not normal for if you try to put on a Spider-Man suit, for instance, because the thumb is supposed to be lined up right here. but it's down here at a weird angle where the um, front of the hand is like going to the side, and the palm is on the other side. So let me demonstrate that again. I'm gonna bring my arm in completely. You'll see what I mean. So I bring it in, pull it in, and it just wants to go like that. So I have to weirdly twist it at the wrist zipper so that it fits. And it's just a weird process. It still fits. And the wrist zipper is one of those ones like a Joel House pattern where it's like off to the angle here. I'm not really a fan of that personally. I prefer my wrist zippers just to be straight down. It's something that I had an issue with Joel House's pattern of my PS4 cane suit, because then I have to do this really awkward thing where I have to like hold it this way to even like hold it properly, and not even then, because that's how I always zip my, you see what I mean? I have to like bring my whole entire arm out, because I usually zip my wrist zippers up where I hold it at the top here and pull it and brings enough tension. But now that it's at a weird angle, it's not allowing me to do that. And again, just the problem with the arm there. So this new pattern base with Logan is great in many ways. It does look really flawless with the seams in many places, but it does cause those minor inconveniences for me. So it's something that I'm not gonna be complaining about forever. I can live with it. It's just one of those things that I really wish were a little bit different. And let me go, I mean, you can pretty much see the whole thing right now, but let me go do the review. Well, here it is, the new 2021 Spider-Man Beyond Ben Reilly costume from printcostume.com. Actually, it's not listed on their websites, but again, just go check out Get Yourself Off a Cliff, aka Logan, for patterns like this, and even this pattern itself, linked down below. He's got some great patterns. But yeah, here's a look at the lenses on my actual face. I can't just say how much I appreciate Logan's work on this, despite my many minor nitpicks. Like you see the hand here, I just wish I'd be a little bit that way, but like it still looks great. It's not even like I'm fully bothered by that, like, because this just captures the look of the suit really well. Like it really does, and it actually looks pretty accurate to how it looks in the comics, and I'm very glad that he did that down to the color. Again, like this is like a pinkish red shade, which is super accurate to what we see in the Free Comic Book Day issue, because it's sampled exactly from the comic itself. So it just shows you the dedication he has to accuracy, and I really do appreciate that type of effort going into these costumes. And so a couple of things that I haven't mentioned yet that I think are important for this video. How much this is going to cost you for a costume at Print Costume, and shipping. So an average cost, even though they sent this to me for free, an average cost for your costume with these add-ons that I've gotten, the wrist zippers, vertical back zipper, mask zipper, detached mask, and kung fu shoes. And these are the options that I get on mostly every suit. And I pretty much do recommend them universally for everyone to get those sorts of options, because I just find them really convenient. It's what I've always really done with my basic suits. Well, the kung fu shoes until last year were a new edition, but they're still there. These options on a suit would cost you roughly up to $130, I believe. And with a discount code, it should be downwards to like 15% off. So you're looking at, with shipping, about 120, maybe 115 or so. It's been a while since I've ordered, like actually paid for a basic suit like this of these features. So I could be off in my price range, but you're looking at anywhere from like 110 to $130 with a suit like this from Print Costume. And again, that discount code really does knock off a lot of that price. So please, again, use code SCAR118 at printcostume.com for 50% off. It does help. It does. I'm not just saying that because I get stuff out of it. I'm saying that because I was once in everyone's place here watching these videos, trying to find like great reviews to see if they're really worth it. And for example, Spidey Morpher uses code 2 as well. It really helped me back then, and so I'm just trying to help you guys out as well. So anyways, shipping is usually $15, I'm pretty sure, and this time it took them, I want to say this time it took them about 2 weeks for the suit to get here, which is actually pretty good. They're back on track, because in my last suit it took them nearly 4 weeks, which is a little ridiculous, but it all worked out in the end. Yeah, again, can't get enough of this suit. I'm just gonna do a little stand test here, just so you can see a little bit Well, I mean, I guess this camera angle is not really flattering, so I'll have to like awkwardly sit on my bed to show you the back, if you can even see that well. I'm gonna bring up a boot. Hopefully not get my bed too dirty, but these shoes are new, so it's fine. Here's the angle going downwards on the boot. I think Logan did a really fine job with that. And the details there, but yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. That's not the point. The point is, you guys should totally get a suit from printcostume.com, and I think that you guys should definitely get the Spider-Man Beyond pattern from Logan and any other patterns that he has. So with that being said, I love the suit. Probably one of my new favorite suits. Top 10 maybe? Who knows? We'll figure it out in a few years. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Share the video. Follow me on Instagram at Spectacular Scar Spider. Follow me on Twitter at ScarSpider9419. It's one of those two. You'll figure it out. I'll link it, whatever. Use code SCAR118 at Print Costume for 15% off your order. And I think that's all I say in these outros. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Spectacular Scar Spider 118 out. Peace.